a monkey in your pants?
Alright then folks, welcome back to another fan commentary, bad influence style. It's 1990s. It's glorious. It's... What day was this even aired on? I used to think it was a Thursday. I'm sure somebody said to me it was a Wednesday recently. Somebody let me know in the comments down below. It'd be interesting to know. Wow, that rhymed. Bad influence!
Quick, come on!
Andy Crane.
Welcome to Bad Influence.
The man who always tucks his clothes into his trousers. Interesting.
A safer way to participate in the new Olympic sport of in-studio go-karting is on
what?
this 8-way VR system.
Our
main review this week is Rebel Assault on the Mega CD.
I didn't see an 8-way VR system, did you?
And Z
Did you?
drives around Silicon Valley in California, tries out next year's super consoles, and finds out why making
Super
games for them is more
consoles.
like making movies.
I saw 32X. That's all I'm saying. Dolph Lundgren.
All based on books from
I mean
the
Nipples.
store in Kindersley. Amongst them is one based on this book, The Way Things Work.
What?
And a
What?
quick
What?
flick
What?
through
What is
will
this?
show
What are you showing
it's
us,
full of
Violet?
these giant pictures of
Look at your
inventions.
sexy,
You can see
filthy
exactly how they
dungeon
work in
sex gloves.
diagrams. Now, on the CD-ROM, you start off on this
CD-ROM.
workshop screen. There are lots of little animations you can trigger, like this.
The early days of
Sorry, I'm busy.
CD-based
Can we go
games on the
later?
PC.
But the main bulk
Click
of it is
stuff.
the A to Z of machines.
It moves.
You can find out about inventions
Click
from
stuff.
aerosols.
It makes a noise. There's so many, I remember so many of these sort of early PC CD-ROM things. They were all
Stopping on the way,
educational
jump jets.
pump.
And you can set off
Ooh,
animations
jump
for
jet.
most of them.
That's interesting.
For example, this is what happens when you turn up the heat on the thermostat.
What is it like? What? Why? Why?
It's ever
Why?
so easy
Why
to
would-
find your way
why
around.
would anybody
There's
buy
an
this?
alphabetical line. I want to look up robots. I can just click on R.
Yeah,
Then click on
R.
the picture of the robot.
There's not very many things under
Now,
R
look,
though.
get the diagrams,
That's my only
but unlike the
thinking.
book, you can actually see how they work.
Ooh,
So here you see it
wow.
demonstrating taking
I want
the
this for
costume
Christmas.
Off the mammoth, the skin off the mammoth, off he goes.
What?
There's more
What?
humorous stuff, the serious stuff too.
You just took the skin off
For
the
example,
mammoth.
here's
No
a
wonder
demo.
they're bloody extinct. Poor great big giant
So you
elephants.
see, it's telling us how
that
a
are
robot's
hairy.
got to be taught to do even the easiest of jobs. And that simple robots repeat a series of movements until they're stopped. You can even check up on inventors and the principles of science.
What? Principles of science?
So robots, industrial robots...
Robots,
relate to
this is the
computers,
start of
so click on
Skynet,
that.
people, right here. This educational
Loads of
CD-ROM for the
information,
PC
but unlike the book,
is the
you
start
can
of
even watch a
Skynet.
movie.
Mammoths watching tellies. That's just wrong.
Who could both count and remember several
Mammoths wearing hats.
It's a lot of fun.
Also
For my money,
wrong.
I think I'd rather have the book. I mean, you can't take all
What
this
is Nipples
technical kit to
wearing?
bed with you,
Is
can
it
you?
a go-kart outfit? That may make sense.
Hello,
Ooh,
Furtlers.
Furtlers.
I too am about to publish a CD-ROM.
Oh,
it's called
no.
Namrood's Furtlin CD.
Look at
It's
that
got a
big
few bugs
giant
in it at the
CRT
moment, but I'll show you the
monitor.
intro section. Hello, Furtlers. What cheat would you like?
I didn't have a
to
PC in the
learn?
early days. I'm kind of
All you
glad.
have to do is click on the game you want to cheat
I'd been
at.
driven
The only
mad by
one I've got
this
working at the moment is
nonsense.
Tetris. This is a cheat for
Oh,
Tetris,
Tetris.
on the Game Boy.
Not on the
It
Game Boy,
speeds
on the
whole
PC on the
game
Game
up
Boy.
to
Ding, da
expert
da ding, da da
level.
ding, da da ding.
On the title screen, hold down and press start.
What does that do?
Then when the game begins, you'll see a small heart next to the level number to show
Oh, I remember
it's
that.
worked.
I had completely
Right,
forgotten
I'm
about
just
that,
about
but
to
I
record
do
another
remember
video.
that.
By the way, Furtlers, when you record bits of video for CD-ROM, you have to do it in a special way, like this.
What?
This is a cheat
Oh,
for Sonic 6.
Very funny.
On the title screen, hold down
Did he just say
A,
Sonic
B,
6?
and down. Then when you press start, you'll be able to play the whole forest level as Elbows the Squirrel.
Okay, Namrood, he gave
The
hints
best-selling
and
CD
tips
this
and
Christmas,
cheats.
I'm sure. Our first review this week is Rebel Assault on the Mega CD.
Mega CD.
You play a Rebel rookie
Oh,
pilot.
glorious
The game
Mega
has 15
CD.
levels, which include scenes from the first
Not.
two Star Wars movies. There are some stunning
I didn't
intro
own one.
and
One of my
between-level
friends did have
sequences
one,
which whet your
and I
appetite
actually,
for a real Star Wars feast.
I do
But
remember
great
thinking it
movie
was pretty
sequences
cool
don't
actually.
necessarily make for a
That's
great
because
game.
it was the
The
early
big test
CD-ROM
is,
days.
how does it play? With the
I
answers
want that telly. I still want one of them tellies. Can somebody please tell me what the telly is and give me the telly.
Bad start where you test your flying skills.
Da, 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 Star
controls are
Wars.
unresponsive and you'll die many deaths before you get anywhere.
You will die many deaths.
This is one of my favourite bits of the film.
I sounded
the
like I was
snowspeeder
in
attack
Star
on the
Wars.
AT-ATs. The graphics are quite good from
Just
afar,
right there.
but when you get close to the AT-AT, you realise how poor they really are.
How blocky
Another bad thing about
the
the
bad
gameplay in this level
FMV
is
is.
that you can't control where your snowspeeder goes. You just fire, which is really boring.
Yep, on the
There's
rails
one good thing
FMV
about
shooter.
this level, though, the sound effects and the music.
Come on, early
This is
days
the
though.
Stormtrooper base on
Oh, I
Hoth, and
remember
basically
this.
It's just more shooting. Again, this
I'm
level's
wondering
really
if my friend
disappointing as
actually
you've got
had this, or if I
limited
remember
control.
this from
You
like
can
this
only
telly
move left
program,
and right. You can't even move forward.
or the PC
I
maybe.
really wanted to
Did I
like
see it on
this
the
'cause I love the
PC?
Star Wars films,
I don't
but it's
know.
just an average game that looks like it's been thrown together in a bit of a rush.
$49.99. That's like $6,000 nowadays.
But you pick up new skills as you go along.
I marked this down because the control system is poor, which I think spoils the playability.
Shut
And so
up.
the final scores
Star
for
Wars,
Rebel
and it's got
Assault,
cool music.
Both the boys and the girls
Playability.
get to keep practicing, Luke.
Ooh,
3
3
out of
out
5.
3 out of 5. I was gonna say, is that out of 10?
So, 3 and 3 for Rebel Assault. There's currently
Yes.
a lot going on in a galaxy far, far away. The 3 Star Wars movies have just been released on video with new digital soundtracks.
Wow, video.
When
you
the
remember
original
that?
films were made, the special effects were all shot using models and painted backdrops. Today, of course, most film effects are made using computers. So there are now plans to remake the special effects
No.
with computer graphics
They should
and re-release the movies.
never have done
And
this.
producer George Lucas is
George
currently
Lucas.
working on 3 scripts for new movies set before
He
the
sold
original
your
Star
soul to
Wars
the
time.
devil.
Games-wise, there are 2 exciting new Star Wars games to look forward to this winter.
Well, I
Dark
remember this.
Forces is also set before the movies.
Yep.
You play a rebel agent.
I used to
Mission
love
is
these
to steal the
early
plans for the as-yet
PC,
unbuilt Death Star.
FPS
Your enemies
type
are a
games.
terrifying army of robot stormtroopers.
Played quite a few of
The
them
game
on my
is
mate's
fully
PC, because
interactive.
I didn't
You
have a
can move
PC,
your
but I remember he
character
had like a
anywhere,
486
jump,
something or
and look
another,
around.
or
The
nothing.
Super Return of the Jedi is the one that SNES owners have been waiting
Yes.
for. The final chapter in the Star Wars trilogy features music and
I
scenes
don't-
taken straight from the film.
Have I played
There are
this?
new characters to control. For the first
I
time,
don't
you can
think
play
so.
Princess Leia. Here she's
Super
putting
Star
up a
Wars
mean
or whatever,
fight against
yes,
Jabba the Hutt's
but-
henchmen. Or you can swing through the forest.
I don't
as
remember
Wicked Ewok,
playing as one of the
complete with
bears.
Ewok-y sound effects.
I know that's not what they're called, but they're bears
With
to
the
me.
first 2 Star Wars games, there's plenty of variety
Wow.
in the gameplay,
Super
including some
Nintendo,
very
look at
tricky
it
flying
go.
sequences. Now,
Da, da,
here's
da,
Steve,
da,
who this week
da, da,
journeys to
da.
the heart of America's computer games industry to get the lowdown on next year's hot hardware.
Ooh, see right, American
This is
correspondent.
Highway 101 out of San
Such an
Francisco.
awesome job as a
If you
child.
follow it south
I hope he
for
got
about
paid.
400
Slave
miles,
labour.
you reach Los Angeles.
I meant child
It's a
labour.
stretch
Shit.
between here and San Jose.
I will
It's
not
the famous
edit that bit
Silicon
out.
Valley, home to America's high-tech.
But yeah, anyway, next.
1994 has been a bit of a dull year for hardware. Everyone's been beavering away behind locked doors on
Beavering
95
away?
stuff, what you might call hopeware.
Hopeware?
Sega's Hopeware is the
Hopeware.
Saturn console. It's a 32-bit, very
Ooh,
fast machine.
that was
Software
Hopeware.
on parts and CDs, but no one's
Follow
seen
the hate
anything
for
of
the
it
Saturn
yet.
fans. From the Saturn
Closer to
fans.
reality is the Mega
32X.
32, called the 32X
No,
over here.
no, no.
It's an add-on for the Mega Drive that lets you upgrade to 32-bit and still play your old games. This should be
Did
out
it
in
really? Did
November.
it? I never had
Actually,
one.
this
Did
is a
anybody have one?
prototype.
Really? Did anybody
The
have
game
one?
is really running on this development system.
Ooh, that was that
There should
Sega
be
Mars
6
machine.
games
That was.
available for the launch, including this one, Star Wars Arcade.
Sega just went
Fast action
fucking
adventure.
apeshit bananas in the 90s.
An even faster deluxe
32X,
version of Virtual Racing, which has more
Mega
tracks
CD,
and a choice of 3 different types of cars.
Dreamcast, Saturn.
And there's this game, working title Metalhead, where you play a futuristic cop in command of a giant mechanoid.
I like that.
Further down the valley in Mountain View,
What kind
giant
of
hardware
sedan
company
is
Silicon
he driving
Graphics
in?
is
Look at me being
developing
all
the new
American.
Nintendo Hopeware, the Ultra 64. The arcade
Fuck
version
yes.
will be released next June, with the home version to follow in October.
Ultra 64,
priced
I
around
remember all the hype
$250.
of what we obviously know as the N64.
These expensive supercomputers
Onyx.
known as reality engines.
Oh.
And although nothing is finished
He
yet,
does
you
not
can
look
get a
like
good
he knows
idea
how to
of what
hold a
they
mouse.
look
Has
like
he
from
ever
these
held a
demos.
mouse?
This one's called Egghead Shred, a tryout for a lovable, if difficult to control, skiing character.
What?
And this is a very early demo of a racing game called Speedscape, which shows off the Ultra 64's ability to generate amazingly real-looking backgrounds.
What? Maybe
Now,
Extreme
all this
G?
new hardware
Maybe
is
that's
giving
what that
software
game turned
companies
into.
A headache. What machine should they develop for? If you add in the excellent Jaguar and the 3DO and
Well,
CDI, and the new Sony PlayStation, which is launched
Pause.
in Japan in
Right there,
December,
the excellent
it's a nightmare.
Jaguar.
And on top of that, the new systems demand
Jaguar.
much bigger and better games.
And that was not excellent.
So here at the biggest game company in the world, Electronic Arts,
Oh,
they're now
EA
using
Sports.
full-scale Hollywood
We are
production
special
techniques.
faces. Oh, Heart of Tiger freaking love this game. I need to get this.
Going around with me. Bet you a week's pay on one hand.
Played it on the 3DO.
Thank you. No.
It's
This is
awesome.
Wing Commander 3, The Heart of the Tiger.
See?
And it's
Heart
not
of the
just a
Tiger.
game, it's an interactive movie.
It's
50
actually
veteran
decent.
Hollywood movie makers joined the tech
Or
to
I
produce
remember
nearly 2
thinking it was
hours
decent.
of live action, smoothly blended
I'm not so
with
sure how
computer
decent it was in
backgrounds.
real life now, but
The interactive movie features
in the day it
well-known
was good.
actors Malcolm
And it had
McDowell
bloody
and
Luke.
Mark Hamill,
Him,
perhaps
Luke,
best known before
Star Wars.
for his role as Luke Skywalker in the Star Wars trilogy.
Exactly. And those big
The
cat things.
animatronic co-stars were made by the special effects team behind the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the
Ooh,
whole
look at
thing
that.
had a movie-style
His hand does the
budget
talking.
of around $3 million.
I shall try not to disappoint you, old friend.
Old friend.
Brilliant. Now, I often wondered what happened to Luke Skywalker, but our Violet met him 2 or 3 weeks ago, didn't you?
Yeah, we were filming at the launch of that game and he was there and we asked him to say, "May the Force be with you," but he didn't want to say it.
Yeah, but if you've said it as many times as he has, I'm not surprised. Do you know who he reminds me of?
No?
Keith Chegwin.
Didn't
Now,
want to
for
say
this week's
it.
news and previews.
Another great classic from the early days of video games is being tarted up for release on console this Christmas. Pitfall: The Mayan Adventure is based on an old Atari game from the early 80s.
Yes, it
the
is.
94 version is a great-looking action platformer. You play Harry Jr., son of the original hero, who has to rescue his dad from an evil Mayan spirit. New improved Pitfall will be out on the SNES, Mega Drive and Mega CD later this year.
Baywatch meets Miami Vice in a new CDI and TV series starring Hulk Hogan. Thunder in Paradise.
Oh,
The story
I
of
vaguely
Max
remember
Steel,
this.
who've developed
Sorry, I
an
stopped
invincible
watching
superboat called
and
the
talking
Thunder.
because I was looking for Heart of the Tiger.
The interactive game promised
On,
thrilling action on the high seas,
the PS1 on
plus
eBay.
plenty of
Never mind.
gratuitous
No,
shots of
bums.
bikini-clad babes.
Dragon is the game of the film of the life of Bruce Lee.
Yes.
This is the SNES version of
I
what
played it on the
unmatched
Atari
new
Jaguar,
League.
actually.
It'll also be released on the
And it
Mega
was
Drive,
alright.
Game Boy and Game Gear.
I
It
never
boasts
played it on the
twice
SNES,
as
I don't
many
think.
animation frames as any other fighting game.
Wow.
And there's the option for 3 characters to fight each other at the same time.
Not like 3 players?
Which
Or just
film
3
is this an
characters?
impression of?
Ooh, let's play
15, love. You cannot be serious. That ball was out. Right, I've had enough
I
of
don't
you
know
arguing.
it.
Take
Film.
that. Well, you take that.
Does anybody know what film? Oh my god, he's breaking shit.
Did you get it, Furtless?
No.
It was The Umpire Strikes Back.
Oh,
And
that's
here's a cheat for
maybe funny
Super
when I was
Umpire Strikes
14
Back on the
or
SNES.
not.
It lets you get loads of extra lives and power ups.
Look at that SNES controller, the
first
cable's way
screen,
too small.
go past the big heart, then
That's an issue I still
drop
have these
off the
days,
edge of the
controller
cliff
cables.
and move left.
Too small.
You'll land on some invisible platforms. Now,
Invisible
blast
platforms.
around here to get your lives and power ups. Hey, and now for another.
I miss
film
cheats in
impression.
games. They're just too easy these days. Ooh.
Oh no, it's come back. I'll give you a clue. It's another Star Wars film.
Return
Oh,
of the
no,
Dead-Eye.
it's come back.
Oh, please be
You
Return of
must
the
have got it by
Dead-Eye.
now. It is.
Please.
Return of the
Yes! I don't win anything, but that's epic. Oh, what's happened in Bad Influence?
Taste that, really, is that?
Violet Nipples Berling
Stop now. I
Dolphlundrum
think you've done more than
has
enough damage for one day.
squished
Get out
everybody
front,
in
burn
her
the machine.
automobile.
This is Supercarts, which if you drive like Violet is considerably
Supercarts.
safer, so come and do some practice here, please. It uses a new graphic scrolling technique to bring added realism to racing games.
Let's see
Up
how
to
much
8 different carts race
added
against
realism
each other
it brings.
on up to 8 different tracks. 2 people can race against each
None.
other in split screen mode, but the really exciting thing is this is the first
studio's on
computer
fire.
game that lets you play against up to 7
health
other
and
human
safety.
opponents, including the British junior go-kart champions Gary and Luke. Linked
at those
games are definitely the thing
early
of the future,
primitive
but how do they work? Well, not surprisingly,
steering
the
wheels.
computers are linked together using these leads. Each computer has its own address, a bit like a postcode, if you like, and the computers
sort
are
of.
constantly talking to each other, exchanging information all the time. This information is used to work out where all the other carts should be on the track.
Ooh.
That's the techie stuff out of the way. The real fun tum is in the racing.
The fun
Might get
tum? I've
even
never
more
heard
realistic
anybody say
with the
fun
use of
tum
a
in my
few
life.
optional extras.
Yep, I'm using this Thrustmaster go-kart style steering wheel.
Thrustmaster.
And you've got this button here for reverse, and over here the stick you can use for power-ups, and then for
Power-ups.
the pedals we've got gas and brake.
Is it not a gear stick for changing
the
gears?
virtual reality helmets with it, so I put it on.
What?
I can now look round behind me and see the bad influence.
Why did
on
I
the
not have
cars.
one of them
No
as a
one's
child?
passing
Oh
me,
my
mate.
god, did
I'm
I
off.
miss out on
Problem
these
is,
early
not
VR
everyone's got the
helmets?
room to run 8 PCs and all the extras in their bedroom, but if you haven't got the space, Don't fret, the game will run down a phone line using a modem. Excuse me, Gary, I've just got to
Yeah,
show
I wonder
Violet
how this
it's
played
done.
on a
Are you ready?
56k phone
Get
line.
set, go!
Or slower. I would imagine bad.
No one can see me for dust. Think I'm
Oh, Nipples, I want a shot of your giant eye goggle device.
In front of me, using his turbo.
Just for shits and giggles.
Off the bend here now. He's into a quick left-hander. Changes down.
Coming up to
Ah,
the
see, changes down. He knows what that sticks for. Violet, the typical female driver, thinks it's for power-ups.
Just coming into the home straight. There's a car in front. Oh, he's passed him on the left. Oh, what a move!
Ooh. I recognise this game as well, actually. Must be just from TV programmes, I think.
And now for some more games reviews.
Oh, this is something.
Fans of the Desert and Jungle
Soviet
Strike
Strike?
games have been waiting for this one. Urban Strike.
Oh,
Mega Drive.
fudge.
For those of you unfamiliar with the Strike series, they're sort of tactical.
It was obviously some Strike game, Soviet Strike. Yeah, this is too early for Soviet Strike, obviously.
This has all the elements of the first two games. Great storyline, great strategy.
I was never a massive. I played this actually on the Mega Drive, not this.
This is a Mexico level.
Jungle
Just coming
Strike.
up to a tank park here.
And on the Amiga, I was never a big fan of the Strike games for some reason.
I learnt this from an information source earlier in the level.
I don't know
You
why.
have to use a lot of strategy to play this game properly. There's only just enough fuel and weaponry. It's going to take a bit of time to kill all these ones.
Bit of time.
Unlike the first two games, you can
I like
get
the first
vehicle
two
and carry out
games.
attacks on foot. This one's supposed to be inside a casino. Unfortunately, when you do get out of your vehicle, the man's very hard to control.
I've never played one where you could get out of a vehicle.
For ages.
Plenty of strategy, but the graphics look like cardboard cutouts.
It's just more of the same. These games don't appeal to me, but fans of the Strike series will definitely love it.
What games? I wonder what games does appeal to that young child.
The boys gave it an ammo dump in the northwest sector, 4 out of 5, but the girls gave it a not our sort of game, 3 out of 5.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't
Ooh.
like me when I'm angry.
What's
Those
this?
immortal words, the mild-mannered Dr. Banner
And
turned himself into the
what's this
Incredible
on?
Hulk and made himself the star of a Marvel comic strip and a teleseries.
This
He's
looks
green,
cool.
But is he fun to play? Here's Aisha.
Who cares? It looks cool. What's this on?
Anyone who's prepared
SNES
to pay £50
and Mega
for this
Drive.
game wants their head examining.
£5 more for the SNES version.
And dull gameplay.
For why?
Using a transformation capsule, you can turn from the Hulk into Dr. Banner, which allows you to get through tunnels which you can't get through as the Hulk. Also, this is the sort of game that you don't need skill to complete, just perseverance. The thing is, it's so
I think
boring,
it looks pretty cool, I should say.
This is an example of how bad the graphics really are. You can't even see the Hulk when he's underwater. In fact, it's almost as bad as an 8-bit. I'd really like to give this game a minus
Almost
score,
as
but they
bad
won't
as an
let me.
8-bit.
It's
Funny
like
how
a
everybody
World
got
War
high and mighty when the 16-bit games came out, saying they were almost as bad as 8-bits.
Of a tired style of game that should be banned from now on.
You child, you're upsetting my face with your filthy negativity.
The gameplay is dull and it doesn't even have good graphics.
And the scores.
It's not all about graphics, children. Is this when we started to get spoiled by graphics? Is this when everybody started turning into graphics whores?
1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. Mr. Rude of the Nam.
Thurtlers, I have
Yes.
an announcement. The
Do tell.
Force is with me, and I'm going to attempt this last cheat using mental power alone. It worked!
What's this game?
It really worked!
That's not a
And now for the
Star
cheat,
Wars
Thurtlers.
game.
It's for Rocket Knight Adventures
Oh.
on the Mega Drive. It lets you get an action replay of the game you just played. Just pause the game
Why?
and then press up 7 times and down.
Game I've never played actually.
Left
I know it's
3
quite
times
highly
right.
talked of in the Mega Drive community, stroke
Now,
Genesis
reset the
community,
machine.
but I've never played it. This is when somebody's now going to tell me it's also on the Super Nintendo, but I don't think it is.
Now, Thurtlers, watch this.
Sega. Ooh, what's that?
Last week's competition prize was SNES and a copy of Stunt Race Effect.
I want whatever she's sitting playing this on. Nigel Mansell.
The answer is Damon Hill.
Oh, fudge!
1,000 entries. But
And one of them was me.
is Jonathan Banning from Reading. Well done. 10
I
thumbs up,
did
get
not
Banning
win.
for his t-shirt.
I was gonna say,
This week's competition prize is a Mega CD
Yeah.
with Rebel Assault and
I don't
all
want to
3
win
of the
this.
Star Wars digitally remastered videos.
Or those.
The competition question is,
But I will
what's
try
the name
all
of
the
Princess
same.
Leia's home planet? Give us a call
oh,
with your answer,
fudge,
089
planet,
1
Tibu,
555
tab.
999. Call
I don't
with more
know.
than 25p, but do please
Let
get
me know the
permission
answer in
from
the
whoever
comments
pays the
down
phone
below,
bill before you
please,
decide.
'cause I
Remember,
don't know.
you can't win if you don't ask permission, and we do check.
How do you check? Look at the size of that bloody thing.
New game to hit the arcades. Primal
My
Rage.
God, that's huge. Huge. Huge, I tell thee. There you go, the guys. That was Bad Influence. Episode 4, Series 3 for your eye socket devices. Or something. As always, guys, from me though, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Somebody phone that phone number, please, and order me a Chinese or whatever. I wonder if it even works nowadays. Goodbye.
Do you have a monkey in your pants?